Hey everybody, Michael Tiny, Saul with the Forex analysis video for Monday, April 25th, 2011. Today is Sunday, April 24th at 9:30 p.m. It's really 9:28, but by the time this is over, it'll be after 9:30. Hope everybody had an enjoyable extended weekend. If you celebrated Easter today, hope you had a wonderful time with your family. If you've been celebrating Passover the whole time, hope you had a great week. And if you're not celebrating either, I hope you had a nice 3-day weekend and a wonderful and enjoyable Sunday. All right, let's take a look at the euro. Now, on Thursday, the euro tagged the upper Keltner line and then reversed. And Friday was a dull day because of the U.S. markets being closed. And now so far on Monday, but it's only open for a couple hours here, more of the same kind of congesting here. Now, this is a reversal candle, but I'm not ready to jump in here on the short side, so I'm going to wait and see what this does on Monday, and then I'll look towards this on Tuesday for a potential setup. Now, the Aussie dollar, poked out of its upper Keltner channel, actually got there Wednesday, Thursday, another candle, Friday, a pause, and now on Monday, and remember Monday starts Sunday evening, it looks like we tested those highs and are now kind of pushing back down to the unchanged or real close to unchanged mark here. So as far as the Aussie dollar goes, I'm looking for a retracement here, but I'm not going to be using Friday's candle as the trigger. And maybe I'm being a little too cautious, and maybe it just breaks Friday's low and just collapses, and you see, but I'm not really giving a lot of weight to Friday's candle here across any of the pairs or crosses. Okay, so I'm going to watch this here. And Thursday was, not as big as Wednesday, but this wasn't a small candle here. So I want to see what we do when we test the lower end of this, or if we test the lower end of this, right? Maybe we're just going to scream and never pull back. But if we do pull back, I'm going to watch to see how we act around that low. So this is wait and see too. Let's look at the yen. Okay, the yen looks like it's on a bit of a bounce here early on, but I'm watching for this lower Keltner channel still to be tagged. Here's the Swiss. The Swiss finally got our target of that lower Keltner channel. We got knocked out on this little bounce here, and I was actually watching to get back in, but I was waiting for one more candle. So, I don't have regrets when I look at setups and miss them, okay? I have regrets when I take a trade that I shouldn't have because my ego gets in the way and then I lose. That's when I have regrets, all right? There's a famous saying, listen to it carefully, I'd rather be out wishing I was in than in wishing I was out. And I know it may sound corny, but it really has real meaning in trading. Okay, so so this tagged the lower Keltner and actually broke it. Now it's consolidating down here. Maybe it'll set up for a short-term bounce, but no trigger just yet. Here's the loonie, nothing here. Here's the euro pound cross. And by the way, don't mind this removed text. I guess I should have said something about this earlier, but I have to reboot my computer, and I'm not going to do it until I get at least one video done here. Okay, so here's the euro pound cross, and this one looks like it is in a coil here. So once again, we're going to be waiting a day, but depending on how this candle acts, we're going to be using this as a pivot for a long or short entry, but nothing for Monday. But just watching this one because this one's going to be interesting, I think. Here's the Euro Swiss. Okay, I don't see much here on this one, so I'll just pass. Here's the Euro Aussie, and the Euro Aussie stopped us out break even after this break. Now it's consolidating. To me, it looks like a small descending triangle. Looks like it wants to touch that lower Keltner channel line. So let's see how we can set this up. Okay, you can see it broke it already early, but I don't put a lot of weight into early action on the new week open. But right here, we can look for a break below today's lows. So 135.18 with a stop at 135.88. So 170 pip risk. So it's a 1.3518 entry with a 1.3588 stop. Now listen, if it hits the stop first, in other words, if it were to trade up to 1.3588 first, the trade is canceled. Okay, so if it goes higher first, it's just canceled. But if it goes lower, then that's where we put on the stop. All right, here's the Euro Kiwi. Boom. Okay, nothing here. Looks like it's set up in a little consolidation pattern, but I don't really see much here. Here's the cable. Okay, the cable had a nice move here, nice fake out here that was a nice profitable trade, believe it or not, because of the test of the lower count of the middle counter, the moving average, and then a breakthrough. But then it came back up, stopped out the second half, and then just zoomed to the top of the counter channel here. Would have been a nice re-entry if you took it, but didn't manage it that way, so I'm not going to take credit for it. But it's a nice move. Here's the pound Kiwi. Pound Kiwi in a nice consolidation here. I think we're going to get some nice moves this week. Okay, there's a nice consolidation. Let this one simmer for a day. I don't really want to count Friday. So let this one simmer for a day. Here's the Euro Yen. Here's the Euro Yen. Now, so this is an interesting one here. It's a nice little pattern. Okay, you had the rollover after it stayed out a couple of days outside the counter. It rolled right over and then formed this consolidation pattern here. Once again, I want to give this one a day. I'm probably being a little too cautious here, but I'm going to give it one day here. Swiss Yen. Looks like that wants to poke up too. Love the way it held the moving average here. Right, the middle of the counter channel is a moving average. Bing, bing, bing. Right, now it looks like it wants to go up here. Giving it a day. Here's the Aussie Yen. Same thing. This one actually looks like a small inverted head and shoulders here. And if the Aussie Yen goes higher, it's usually good news for the market, the stock market. But the Aussie Yen looks like it wants to go higher here. I'm going to give it a day, give it a day, give it a day. May miss some of these moves, but that's fine. The currency market, as far as I know, isn't going anywhere, so there'll be plenty of opportunity. This one, I mean, a little consolidation, but I don't like it as nice as the other ones. Here's the pound Swiss. Okay, the pound Swiss in a tight consolidation here. See if this one can break again. We've already faked out on this one, though. This was just a brutal one. It triggered down, and then it reversed. Look at the Aussie Swiss. Same thing here. Looked like it was going lower, then popped to the upside. That one sucked, too. Here is the Kiwi Swiss. Okay, the Kiwi Swiss I haven't been paying much attention to. I've just been kind of brushing it off because it hasn't been doing much, but you can see here starting to form a nice consolidation right on top of the moving average. This one might want to launch here, or it may want to break to the downside. That's the beauty of this pattern. It shows equilibrium in the cross rather than a directional bias. Okay, here's the Looney Franc. I don't see much here. This one was a nice one, popped to the upside, but couldn't get it tagged the moving average, but then it came back down, so only managed to get half off before doing anything. And here's New Zealand Canadian dollar. No pattern just yet. So definitely have some things in the hopper here, in my opinion. I think there'll be some really nice setups this week if they all don't move on Monday, and I miss them all, but I have a feeling that there's going to be some setups this week, so I think it's best to just take it easy here, wait for the setups. I think tomorrow's video, some things will be clearer, and we'll be able to quantify risk and look at the consolidation patterns a little bit better. So the only thing that's going to be live is this Euro Aussie, and the entry is 135.18 on the downside with a stop at 135.88. If 135.88 hits first, the trade is canceled. That's it. I'll be back tomorrow with another Forex video, and the watch list for this, the stock watch list for this week, will be posted right after this. So talk to everybody tomorrow.